So as a collector of DVDs, I've always been finding new ways of resealing my treasured collections, say for Scooby-Doo or my iconic moments. And what I've used in the past is pretty much a DVD wrapping sleeves. Like, these are 14mm, so these will fit perfectly around DVD slip covers and keeps them protected from, fingerprint dusts and all that. And I couldn't really understand how resellers like Music Magpie or Poundland and stuff like that were able to reseal their DVDs even though they're pre-owned. And yeah, there are a few cheap methods online that you can do, but I want to go for the more professional approach. Like, how do you get from the cheap alternative or the less cheap alternative resale kits to a professional sealing kit? And I think I may have found a solution. The solution is none other than this bad boy. And this is the Reseal It. This bad boy right here costs £300. And that's before VAT. And if you look on eBay, you're probably paying around £4 to £4.50, depending on who's selling it and what they want to make off of it. So the whole essential idea is to take your pre-owned games, your DVDs and stuff like that, and reseal them new. Mostly resellers use these as a way to make them better protected when they send them off, which is pretty okay, but for collectors this is a bargain. Like, literally getting one of these to reseal your collection, especially Scooby-Doo, comes in good nick. Yes, okay, the resealers do have them advantages of undoing it and then taking out the disc to watch. But what if you're like me and you want to collect various titles just for a collection and want to keep them resealed? Yeah, I can buy them sealed, but I want the entire thing sealed, and this baby can do that. Now, this is the Repack-it 1, but it also came out released with a Repack-it 2, which basically had a better updated temperature gauge. This device here has a bunch of buttons on the front which tells you the time of the timeout and stuff like that, but all you need to worry about is make sure the temperature's up to gauge, and then the clock icon is basically 30 minutes to how long it's going to last till it turns off or goes down below by itself. It does have an individual switch, which the second version model of this one doesn't have, and there's also a XL version which basically removes this front panel and has a better metal plate, which basically will be able to do bigger box sets. So say bigger box sets like these, for example, you can reseal these back up, and since they're too small to fit in here, getting the XL one would seem the better option. So how does it work? Well, we have these sleeves which are right here, and you can buy them in bulk loads, which is the better alternative. So you can get 500 for about 70 quid, and that's really good for the deal you're getting. And these are actual properly top of the grade ones, and they come in all types of sizes, are good. And if you do decide to have a collection you want to sell off, it's always good to go bulk rather than go small, because you may save a few quid here and there. And they do various titles. Keep in mind, they do Blu-rays, DVDs, Switch games, PS Vita games, any type you want they will do. They even do XL versions for the bigger box sets, and they also do custom sizes, so you can actually order the size that you want in case you have bigger box sets. Yeah, if you have bigger stuff like this, you can seal it. Now, there are many ways you can do this, and the techniques may vary, but there's no skill required on how to actually operate this. So simply turn on your machine and wait for it to heat up. Normally in the 150 to 160 range is the temperature you want for it to seal. Get your set DVD, cover it round. I normally play it towards my chest, and you basically want to flip over each side, get a nice little latch, then just pretty much put it to the metal plate, slide across, rinse and repeat with the other side. And I've done a few tests of this. So I did it with the DVD, and I've also done it with a slip cover. Now, the slip cover one was a bit difficult because there's actual bit thicker as well, because it's got a sleeve over it. Normally these type of sizes I've got just fit DVDs, but with slip covers you just barely make it. So you want to get the next size up or just adjust for the custom sizes for yours. So these are, I believe, 14mm, and I believe you may need 16 for slip covers. But from what I can tell, my sleeves, my manual ones, fit the slipcovers with ease. So it's really your preference on where you want to go with that. And then when you have the corners you have to like brim down to the sides and then basically flip them over till you get something like that, and then basically rinse and repeat the same first method to seal it and do the other side. I managed to do 60 in about an hour, so it does take a while, and from what I can gather, like, you know, there is no good technique on how to do it. Everyone's different, everyone's hands are different size, everyone has their own unique method of doing it, and you will have some fails. Like I have two here which went wrong, so these are the two failed ones, and basically I didn't give enough room at the top to, you know, turn it over and properly seal it, so I had to scrap this and do it again. But luckily, if you're buying 1,000 or 500, you can spare a few to be wasted, because, you know, you're just going to try them out. When you first do them, you're going to go through 10 just as test them until you find your best method of doing it, and when you find one that's comfortable for you, you can then reseal as many as you like in a much more speedable fashion. Me doing 60 in an hour, that's pretty reasonable. Many people would probably do more in that time depending on their speed in that. I wasn't really going for speed, I was mostly going for accuracy and making sure it looked perfect, and as well as taking into consideration that I was resealing over the DVD sleeves, so I had to make sure I had enough room on either spine side to make sure the seal was perfect. Now the thing I want to go through is the cost. Is it worth 300? Is it worth paying the extra on eBay? Yes, but not for this model. If I would have to say something on the clarity, I would say probably go with either Model 2 due to the new temperature gauge, or the XL version due to the bigger box, meaning you could do bigger sizes. If you're only going to do DVD and this model, the first one, is your only option, then yes, go for it, because you're going to get fantastic results. But if you want to go for something more complex, you want to have a better temperature gauge, go to Model 2. Or you can go with the XL one if you're going to start doing box sets and that sort of stuff. So for resellers out there, this is an ideal buy. And for collectors, this is a fantastic buy to keep all your stuff resealed, and it actually saves you a lot of time doing it. Now, I have managed to reseal my entire Disney collection 1 to 55, and I brought all these pre-owned off eBay for 150, and the results look fantastic, you know. It does look like it's brand new and sealed off the shelf. You wouldn't really tell the difference, you know. If you gave it to someone and you looked at the corners and you looked at everything, you think, is this new? It looks new, but it's not. And I just thought I do, you know, my entire Disney collection, do a tooth test as well and other stuff, and the results are pretty perfect. I am ordering more, and I'm going to redo my Scooby-Doo collections. I'm also going to reseal some of my iconic moments. I'm also going to get the XL one eventually down the line, so I can actually seal some of my bigger box sets, mostly the Scooby-Doo ones, because those are the ones I'm going to like the most, because, you know, as a collector, I want to preserve as much as I can and keep them all in pristine condition. There's a few that I like, because the thing with box sets, and it doesn't matter if you buy it brand new, it doesn't matter at all. If you leave it on a shelf long enough, the box is going to deteriorate, and I've had this happen before with many of my Scooby-Doo titles. So for example, I have one right here. This one right here is a brand new Scooby-Doo box, and it was the first unboxing of Scooby-Doo on this channel, and I've always kept it in pristine condition. It's always been on the shelf, always been dusted, always been cleaned. I clean it over, like, yeah, I need another clean on it, but I look after it very well. But the box gets damaged no matter what, it will just get wear and tear, and we just can't avoid that. But if it was sealed, it will reduce that dramatically. So investing in a much more bigger option and paying a bit more, because the XL one is about 350 to 400, and on the website as well you can actually get a payment plan and pay it off over a set amount of years if you can't afford it straight away. But for 400 for an XL one is a very reasonable price, and it will definitely save you a lot, because you can use it for your normal sizes and your big size one. So this product as a Reseal kit for small people out there who want to resell their stuff or seal their collection, perfect. It's a good investment and I would definitely recommend it. So yeah, that is my review on the Repack-it. I know it's like really weird name for device, but it makes sense. It's like pretty much cutting corner and goes directly to what it is. And the website as well also holds DVD disc cleaners, so if you're in the market to restore your DVDs, you can do as well through the website and with the same payment plans. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you did, please remember to show your support by liking the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on post notifications by ticking that bell icon to keep up to date with all the latest. And I'll see you next time, but until then, take care.